I had a rule that I would never drink or do drugs while working because I had too much respect for the 5 people that I was working with. So I was never wasted when I was working. Also, it would totally turn off the timing and it would just be awful. But I did work extremely hungover. And you know, at one point I was shaking so much that if I was gonna go from the bookshelf to the table, I'd have to kind of quickly do it and put my hand on the table so I wouldn't shake. And you know, it got that bad. Later, I was in a treatment center in a detox ward, and I was coming off of many drugs, and I picked up the Alcoholics Anonymous book for the first time in my life. And I read, drinkers think they're drinking to escape, but what they're really doing is trying to get over a disease they don't know they have. It's actually, they say, they're trying to get over a mental disorder they don't know they have. And I went, that's me. I can't believe it. This book was written in 1939, and it's about me. It's about the guy who drove to the liquor store at 1:45 so he could drink alone. It's about all these habits. It's about why my reaction was different than the Murrays when we drank that day when I was 14. We were all 14. It separated me from the normal man. So it was a great day on the one hand. But on the other hand, it meant one day at a time, I have to stop drinking forever. You know, alcoholism, you know, didn't care about that. And alcoholism did not care that I was on Friends. And alcoholism did not care about any of that shit. Alcoholism wants you alone, it wants you sick, and then it wants to kill you. In the book, I compare it to the Joker, because the Joker just wants to see the whole world burn. And so does alcoholism and addiction. And it took over decades of my life, and I pray to you, if you worry that you're having this problem, or you know somebody that is, raise your hand, find somebody who's smarter than you about this, and talk to them, and be honest about it, because the secrets are what kill us. As soon as I mean, it was pulled out of me by somebody the first time I admitted it, but I was taking 55 Vicodin a day. I weighed 128 pounds. I was on Friends, getting watched by 30 million people, and that's why I can't watch the show, because I was like brutally thin. And being beaten down so badly by the disease. So I went to Hazelden. I went to my first rehab. I didn't really learn anything. I kind of just imitated Michael Keaton the whole time. And I was placed in some kind of spiritual guy's office, and we talked a little bit. And as we were done talking, he turned around, he turned me around and said, just remember, it's not your fault. And I went, what? He said, it's not your fault. And I went, say that again. It's not your fault. And I said, what do you mean it's not my fault? I'm the one who's doing it. What do you mean? And he explained addiction and alcohol to me, and he saved my life. Because I then knew that it wasn't my fault, that I wasn't weaker. It wasn't my will that was screwed up. It was that I have this disease and I need to get help. And you know, the thing that always makes me cry, and I hope I don't cry here, is that it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
That I had to go through this disease while the other 5 didn't. They got everything that I got. But I had to fight this thing, and still have to fight this thing. So just to end this on a good note, there are people that will help you, and get their help. It doesn't go away. It never goes away. No matter how far down the scale I've gone, I'll be able to help somebody who's gone down that far too. I've said this for a long time. When I die, I don't want Friends to be the first thing that's mentioned. I want that to be the first thing that's mentioned. And I'm going to live the rest of my life proving that.
Take care.
Yeah.